Hello everyone, welcome back to the stream. I'm Chaotic. So, we today should hopefully be making the last steps towards a big bit of progress that we've been pretty much working on Infra 4 all week. That has been slightly expensive and a little bit annoying to get through. Let me reallocate my equipment real fast. Okay, so, ignore this, I was just looking at stuff before stream, I was bored. So, what we've been working on is we need to soon get to the plasmatic condenser to get Sedenite passive. Sedenite passive is going to be an extremely important thing. For that, we need the plasmatic condenser and controller. Both of these require a decent amount of Dark Soul Machine chassis. So I figured, hey, you know what? Why not get everything for the Dark Soul Machine chassis in a buffer system so that we can make, we won't passive the chassis itself, but we'll make it an on-demand project because we can craft this in one tick with our Ender Crafter. So it's not that big of a deal. But make it an on-demand project that we just have, enough in stock to make a couple thousand of them whenever we feel like it. That's been the process that we've been working on for the last 3 days now. But it has been quite the experience so far. Currently, we got the Bloodmaster blocks done. We almost have everything needed for the fire constructs. I think we can set this up today. I'm pretty sure we should be right about able to get this done today. And then Dreaded Steel, we should also be able to get done today, hopefully, because I'm pretty sure we have everything else needed for it. So it'll just require whatever our specialty automation stuff is going to be. But other than that, we should be able to see a finish for all of this today. It should be pretty fun, pretty nice. Let's go back up. So yesterday what we did is we made a bunch of extra woot farm. What are these guys? Wait, half of these aren't actually in here. Oh, now they're all gone. Okay. Interesting. And these guys aren't actually in here either. Neat. So, looks like our crystallizers did catch up on all of our V-pods. What we did yesterday is there's a quantum ring inside of this compact machine. We set this one up with the auto infuser to give us auto infuser recipes on demand. And then in the top of this room, we're going to set up 4 of the, what are they called? The arcane auto workbenches. And we're going to use 2 of them to passive the 2 ice and fire constructs. And we'll passive those to 2,000 or so. And then we are going to use, one of them will be our manual usage one for just recipes that we need obscurely. And then there's going to be the 4th one is going to be saved for what's called a Myrmex bucket or something that we'll need way down the line that we're not actually going to set up right now. But I knew we'd need an extra one for it, so I figured I'd just make the machine now. Whenever I was just looking at recipes and such. So that is kind of the vibe. And so, for the Arcane Auto Workbench, we needed a block of Adamanite for each one. We could also speed these up with Mythmanite, but I'm not that worried about it. I think it'll take 20 seconds per production of the constructs. We could clear. Yeah. So it'll take 20 seconds per. I guess we could get to Mythmanite. I'm pretty sure we're actually not that limited on it now. Could push up to the Mythmanite tier and then give these guys stuff so that they'll be a 4-second craft instead. Especially if we're gonna want thousands of them, that might be the play. I click Mythmanite. So for just those 2, I would need 18 for 2 blocks of Mythmanite. Oh man, we can just craft it. And the beauty of this system, for how we did the crafting, it's linked into an ME capability adapter, so that allows it to connect an ME tunnel outside of the compact machine wall. That tunnel connects to a storage bus that just shows us all of the V crystals that are stored in this tank. This is where all of the input results and stuff are as well. So we've got around 260 or so thousand of each one of the V crystals, which is pretty good. That is not a bad little nest egg to sit on. Hopefully should be enough for all of the purposes that we need them for right now. and it just goes in. We've got a couple packager extensions, so this goes a little bit faster. This guy is just an unpackager, and whenever one recipe finishes, we just saw it right there, he immediately unpackages the next recipe. Make sure you set your unpackager on blocking mode on things like this. Otherwise, he'll try to dump everything he can, and he'll overfill the item input. So just keep that in mind for your crafting purposes. This guy can get faster as well, right? Auto infuser. Yeah, if we actually get an adamantite block, which we should have enough extra stuff for, yeah. There we go. And this will just 5x his recipe speed. Pretty sure it's, yeah, it reduces the speed by 80%, so it reduces it to 1/5, so it makes it 5 times faster. I don't know why that one has different wording, but there is our first bits of Mythmanite, which is sweet. That gets us 2 Mythmanite blocks, and we're going to need another 20 Mythmanite. Oh, Quicksilver, that has EMC. That's fine. We'll just dump some in the system. We'll feed it a couple stacks of Quicksilver drops too. I feel like there's probably going to be a recipe that'll need that. Okay, so let's make another 20 Mythmanite. We'll need that so that we can make the Mythmanite smelteries. These guys will go into one Arcane Auto Workbench. We'll set up a packager system for the Arcane Auto Workbench as well to give it auto-craftable recipes for things that we need, just because I feel like that is going to make my life a lot easier. Because doing these manually with the amount of V crystals and stuff that are needed, as I figured out yesterday, were pretty brutal. What's up, Fanberg? You grind ranked all day and lost 7 LP. That's tough. I feel it, though. Could always be worse. I've had days where I've lost 9. I've gone 9 games negative in a singular day, and I really just should have stopped shooting. Stop going for the next game. Stop thinking maybe this game will be the win. I should have just taken off after the very first loss, and those days would have been actually fun. But there's been some days. There's the 20 Mythmanite. Mythmanite can get turned into a Mythmanite plate. They can go into sets of 3, or a plate bending machine, or compactor. Okay. I was just seeing if a compactor could do it too. It can. I'll go and manually compact these down into plates in a little bit. What does the auto workbench need? Oh, by the way, just to give the context, the Mythmanite smeltery is going to be needed for the 4 dragon forges. So these guys are what produces Eternal Dragonfire. If you give them a Mythmanite smeltery, it increases their output by 8 times. So it makes it 8 times more efficient for whatever you're feeding them. We'll be doing like the Flammable Dust, Divine Shard, and Nether Star recipe, just because that's going to be the easiest for us to maintain large amounts of. But yeah, and this will make us be able to use just 4 forges only to give enough consistent dragon's blood for everything else we need. We also, for the Crucible, need another adamantite block. I'll need to remember that to increase its speed by 6x, because we're going to have one Crucible that acts as if we had all 4 Crucibles, and we're going to have it alternate the recipes. That's kind of the plan, at least. I'm not sure how that's going to turn out yet, but we'll see. The hope is that it's cool, and it doesn't end up really annoying and sad. We shall see. It should be moderately easy filter cycling, because we only need to cycle it by like a second between each one or so, hopefully. Because we should have enough constant upkeep for everything else that it won't be an issue. Okay. That's our Mythmanite that we needed. This is the other Mythmanite that we needed. Omnium blocks. Silver wood planks. Arcane stone. Getting a lot of item inputs and such will be kind of a pain. Chiseled amber. Paving Sons of Travel. Let's grab 4 crafting tables real fast. We'll hit all these with Salus Mundus. That's our 4 crafting tables we needed. Then we need 2 adamantite blocks. 2. We're gonna actually need to request more adamantite. Let's see if we can just get 30 more of it. Ooh, enchanted fabric. Okay. That's fine. Once we set these up, we can set enchanted fabric on it. Because we'll need more adamantite in a minute, but we can have enchanted fabric done first. That'll be fun. And then we'll need energy input hatches. How much do these take at max? Okay, all of these take 1,000 architects, so they just need 4 baby input hatches. It's fine. Energy input hatch. Let's go all 1,000 tick ones. That's 4. God, we need item input hatches. We need what? 7 item inputs and 1 item output? Yes. So we're gonna need 24 tiny inputs, because that'll be 6 for each one. We'll make 4 more. 3, 4. These don't need to be all ludicrous tier, but I'm gonna set them all there anyways. Just because it'll make my life easier and it's not really that much more expensive. A bit more modularium. So you know what, I'll actually check after I finish crafting these on the modularium. No, I need that stick. That was my ultimate crafting guy. Put away home. We'll put away our ender book for now too, just because we're not using it. We'll keep the chisel. We're about to need that. Keep the destruction catalyst. Might need that in a second as well. That's fine. Okay. we should be fine with this. I wonder if this shows me how many things I can still have on this. It shows I'm using 3. Because one of them is going through the adapter, and then it uses 2, one for the packager, one for the unpackager. Okay, that makes sense. And this one's directly set off of a phase, so it has a full 32. Yeah, we've got a million of them. We'll be totally fine. I was just double checking. Yeah, our system supplies would make it. We're going to need some controllers. Okay, I was just making sure these were from the auto workbench. Change these guys over. Perfect, 4 arcane auto workbenches. Pretty easy. And I want to say that's everything we need for these now. Oh, okay. For a second I thought we didn't get the input ones. And what we will do is we'll keep 6 of these out, and then we'll keep 1 of these out. And we'll take these out for each build so that it doesn't fill them with the wrong hatches that I need to like fix all the time. And this should be pretty okay now, I think. I want to say this is the gist of how the setups are gonna go. Okay. So these are exactly 7x7, so they need to be 3 from the wall. And the output's on the back. So I guess we'll put the controllers facing like on this edge. So I'll put it. We'll use a paving stone of trout. No, my controller, I need that. So 3 from the wall. Put it a little bit high just so we have some space to work with here. I'll put the controller jumping like this. 3 from the wall here. Jumping like this. 3 from the wall. Pink. Pink. Pretty sure that's all level. Yeah. Controller like this. And a controller like this. And I'm pretty sure these are allowed to side share the corners and such. So I think this will work. What are we missing? Tiny item output. Okay, well I built everything else. I felt like I made tiny item outputs. I guess not. Tiny item output. 4 of those. Structure formed. Let's grab 6 more of these guys. This guy should hopefully go and just share this edge corner of the thaumium blocks and everything. Structure formed, beautiful. So they can indeed wall share. I didn't see a reason why these wouldn't be able to. Where does the block normally go? Okay, underneath the crafting table. So we'll make these 2 far ones the quick ones for now. We'll do Mythmanite on this one, and then we'll do Mythmanite on this one too, actually. That's how we'll do this. Okay. This guy up. Get the last of this out as well. Inputs, outputs. That's all I needed. Beautiful. Okay, all of these formed, no problems. Let's get some elevators. Grab another elevator, throw them right here. Okay, that looks pretty cool. I kind of like that actually, as like the visual aesthetic. Gonna break these extra paving stones of travel, no biggie. This gets us 4 auto infusers running nice and easy. And these back 2 are the sped up ones. So I'll give these both. I guess I'll just give them a stone back for now so I don't forget. Wish there was a way I could see that kind of thing, but can't quite, but that's okay. And I decided I turned them all away so that their outputs would be in the center row. It'd be a lot easier to like feed them into the system or connect them to the system with the drawer or something. Which I think will be the plan on the 2 constructs. So this will hold a stack. And then if we get 2 drawers, we'll put them facing towards this way. And then upgrade. Downgrade actually. 1 stack downgrade for each of them. Perfect. This will keep them to a stack limit of 32. Actually, no, we're not going to do that. That would put them down to a stack limit of 1 singular stack. I want more than that. We'll let it buffer to a full drawer worth default. A full drawer, by the way, being 2048. And then we'll have an extra stack, so we'll have 2112 or something. I believe is what the number is, or 102. I don't know, something like that. For the 2 constructs, which shouldn't be much of an issue. We'll just need to maintain their inputs. So we are actually going to swap out the hatch inputs. Ludicrous there. Tiny there. Just gotta click it again so it reconnects it. Should I do I want the input there? Or do I want the input right on the center? The one away from the middle gives a little bit more space on things if I'm trying to mess with them. Like this one should have its input hatch actually in this corner probably. To mitigate how far the IMI has to go to get the input done. I don't know why I shift clicked it on top like that was gonna work. Like, yeah, no, just swap that out for me, please, thanks. Look at this guy with the stick so he redetects it. And then I guess if these 3 are all going to be automated in some way, and they're simple automations too, I guess we'll put them all near the middle so that they can use a very limited amount of space to take from. We'll take this one as well. Okay, I'm like, I'll click you with the stick, don't make me do it. Okay, so the idea being this one's going to be our on-demand. So this one will be our manual personal one. And it's not fast. I guess we could get the stuff to make it fast, probably. No, we can't yet. We don't have enough, we'd need to set this one up first, and then we can speed it up later. You can always jump up here to speed all of these up, no problem. That's fine. We'll do fire construct. No. Fire and ice constructs have to be these back two. They're the ones I have speed enhanced right now, I'm pretty sure. Just double check. Yes. These are the 2 I have speed enhanced. I want those to go the quickest. So. Fire construct. Alright, so I'm thinking Ender Isle Conduit with the limited item filter. Since these require a very small amount of things, it shouldn't be an issue to do this. Limited item filter directly from an interface on the IMI system that puts in the 4 Carbonite and then the 4 crystals. It takes those from an interface from the IMI system and sends them into both, because I want to say that the ice construct as well has the same requirements, except for instead of Carbonite, it'll need Yeti fur. Where's that? Yes, Alpha Yeti fur. And then they'll both need complex arcane mechanisms, but we're going to have an interface that can send these out too. We'll have a crafter that crafts. It'll take all of these ingredients. It'll craft 2 Constantin gears manually. Why not, right? It shouldn't be that big of a deal. We don't have gears passived right now, so we can't cut that one step out. And we'll need a crafter anyways. Doesn't really change much. And that'll make 2 complex arcane mechanisms. And every craft, these guys will just get round robined. No, they'll go into, we'll buffer them into a drawer of 2,000. Might as well, right? And then that buffer drawer will, it'll take out, and then with a limited item filter as well, and send 1 into each of these. Or 1 in each of these, I mean. Also, that means I need to move these guys. Or I accidentally do the wrong ones. Okay, there we go. Output. Output. Then we'll do a... That's fine. Do a drawer controller like over here. Storage bus into. Then we'll get trim. Let's use oak trim. Just connect around this. We just want this controller to be connected to both of these. So an easy way to make sure that this is working, just click this far one. And look at this guy. Yep, he's got the paved stones of travel. Beautiful. These guys will be at their 1 drawer limit. It should be fine, and that still gives us the open slots for the inputs. And this gives us a storage busable option for the enemy system to take from these, no problem, as it needs for the auto crafting. Okay. Trying to think about exactly how I'm gonna set this up. Alright, so let's get some interfaces. Let's make 10. We're gonna always need these. These guys are great. We get 2 for now. We're gonna need 1 crafter, I think, currently. As far as I plan for, at least. Take some flex points. We'll store energy and put hatches on all of the, or flex points on all of these. Don't need those anymore. I know for a fact which ones I'm using now. Okay, that'll make sure all of our arcane auto infusers are given power. Cable. And this cable should work just fine. Actually, we're going to need some small cable too. And then we'll also need at least 1 storage bus. We don't actually need dense cable for this, but I'm using it anyways. I don't want to connect this yet. Actually, no. Okay. I was thinking about it. I don't actually see a reason not to connect this. I don't think there'll be an issue with this. This won't be a high priority. We'll keep this at a default priority, so it should work fine. So we'll cycle 1 interface here. And what exactly we need from this. Let's get some conduits. Item conduit. Let's pop open this for filters. Limited item filters. It'll actually just be easier, I think, if I connect this guy here. It'll still save me a little bit of personal filtering. Actually, this doesn't really save me any filtering at all. Oh, no, never mind. I can do them at the same time. So the combination between these two will be one of all of 4 of these crystals. So a Stele, a Draco, a Kales, and a Mythos. It's gonna be kind of annoying. Let's grab Draco, Kales. Put this guy up for now. Stele, Mythos. So I decided I'm gonna actually buffer 4 sets of things in them to make sure that the conduits go quick enough to actually get like a proper speed. I don't want these to stop for any reason, other than like them actually needing to stop. So I think that's gonna be the plan here. So we'll buffer to 4 sets worth of ingredients, which should be totally fine. So that is all of these. Then we will split these now. Let's put up our extra building stuff. Logging on my inventory. Split these 2 apart. This one will also get Carbonite. We're gonna need to get it out manually. You will get a set of 16 Carbonite. So this is the filtered one, perfect. Put him on the extract. So he'll be an extract always active. For specifically those materials, put this guy in insert, make sure we do that. We'll have to make sure we set this as well later. I'll try to not forget that. Then this guy, I believe it's just the same as that one, it's just for Yeti fur, yep. Alpha Yeti fur, 36,000, seems pretty good to me. We get 16 of it. Set is filter, and this will maintain 4 sets worth of ingredients into both of these containers. I think 3 upgrades will push them both into 16 items per operation, which means that at worst case they'll take 1 operation to get all of the biggest stack that they need over. So it'll only take up to 4 operations for each one, and since they'll have a buffer time, or they'll have a buffer amount of 4 sets, they'll easily maintain this with no issues whatsoever. And then the plan, we get the crafter. So this is going to take all 4 of these. We'll keep this guy just fully buffered with a full set worth of each, and these should both be full of their things now, right? Always active. Do I need to put these on the insert actually? Hold on. Let's turn off the extracts. Duh, that makes total sense. I'm just stupid. These need to go on the insert slot. Because they're limiting the material in that inventory specifically, not how much material it can extract. I'm just stupid. Extract. Extract. Please don't put that down on accident. Alright, Carbonite in one, Alpha Yeti in the other. Yeah, so what they were doing is I think those block an extract, until it's down to that amount of material inside of an inventory. I'm pretty sure if you put them on an extract slot. So I was just doing it on the inverse and then looking stupid. That's fine. So that is all of these, and now we need complex arcane mechanisms. This is going to be, yeah, too many things. So we'll put a secondary interface here. We'll actually add to this guy. We'll do, we'll make some complex arcane mechanisms first, and then we'll filter them both to 4, just so we maintain the 4 sets worth of things. If we do a crafter directly on it, it can't. The interfaces don't auto output. Yeah, we'll need some kind of gap. I guess we gap up to right here. It'll be fine. Okay, rune. Let's put away these extra components. We don't need them right now. So everything for a complex arcane mechanism. So we're going to need constant gears. So Constantin iron, rusted iron, power, direction, space, reality, and travel. Reality, travel, power, space, and direction. That's all 5 of those. And then mithrilium ingots. Two, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think that's exactly all of the ingredients needed for the complex arcane mechanism, which is kind of convenient. Okay, so for this, we're going to make 1 Constantin gear recipe on an internal buffer, 1 more recipe on an internal buffer. Oh, you have to click out if you want to encode multiple recipes through the menu, by the way. Or you can do them manually, but if you close out and then reopen the inventory, it'll work just fine every time. So, this makes it easier for me. And then this guy will just go to an external buffer. So it'll make the 2 gears that it needs first every time, and then it'll make the complex arcane mechanism after. Should be pretty easy. Let's put in 1 stack of all of the materials that we need. Stack constant, stack of iron, and then Constantin gears. Now you're plus 20 LP. Nice. Did you gain plus 27? That's a lot. Let's grab some cobblestone just so I don't have to do extra filtering on this guy. Okay, yeah, I won't need these on autocraft for anything else. I gain plus 27 and lose 25. I see, I see. We could block this guy on the X supports like that too. There we go. So this crafter, whenever it gets power now, should just make mechanisms and it should fill up a stack worth of them, no issue. It won't forget its guys. It's got all of the ingredients needed inside of it now. They'll all just come from this. Insert. Let's extract. It should maintain the sets of everything that's exposed, no problem. I don't think it'll need any upgrades. Now, if we just make a complex mechanism. I guess I forgot actually I did encode this into the IME to craft since it was an easy autocraft. Let's get 4 of these. I think 4 of those will go in on a limited item filter. And then 4 of these will go in as well. And we just simply need to move this guy over and this guy over. Extract always. Extract always. And then I think it's literally just a matter of giving this guy power now. With the flux point. We should get started. This should start auto crafting. This guy will go. These guys will fill with 4. And then we should have constructs in both of these. Beautiful. Let's get ourselves a key. Love seeing a design all come together. Get a good old lock and a good old lock. Now if we look up construct, we're already up to 5 of both. Fantastic, man. That's so nice. And these guys only take 1 of each of these crystals. So I'm only going to use 4,000 of these crystals in total to buffer both of these to their 2,000 sets or whatever. Which is totally fine. And they're only going to use 8,000 of the material, and we already have 32,000 of both of their materials they need. In the complex mechanisms, we have enough to make hundreds of thousands of these. So we're super chilling. I love seeing it come together like this, though. Some games are less, some games are more, but it's around there. All my games today have been stomp or get stomp games, not a single close match. First team is 12-2 at 10 minutes. The enemy team next game is 12-2 at 10 minutes. And I'm not good enough at Makai support to save the team. They're all hard losing, and by all losing, I mean top, mid, jungle. Yeah. This is pretty nice, though. So that's already constructs. Already up to 20 of both of these. So that gets these guys out of the way. That gets those basic auto workbenches out, I mean, at least specifically. Do I want to move this one to a different spot, actually thinking about it? Because now this is going to be kind of close to this cabling. If I want to do a packager and an unpackager pair. Actually, that should be fine, thinking about it. Let's type in packager. Let's get a packager. Let's get an unpackager. Take both these and 3 extenders. That'll be fine. So unpackagers go on the output. Set him to blocking mode before I forget. Packager will go here. And we got 3 extra extensions, so we'll just throw them on the edges. This will get power from the EME system. Let's double check that we're not overusing any kind of... This doesn't really matter, I guess, because this guy will only have... Like, he has 32 full channels. So him using 8 literally means nothing. So this will be fine. And then it should be a matter of just getting some package recipe... Some getting disconnected. Yeah, okay. Not a crash or anything, just a disconnect. We clicked on something and it had too much variable data in it that it was requesting from the server. Stop right-clicking it. Stop being dumb. Just left-click it. I'm pretty sure I can left-click them out, no issue. I'm right-clicking it, so it's trying to like split it or it's just doing something weird. No, I just can't get those out at all. Really? Is that too big of a package store? I don't know what I'm gonna do about that one. Yeah, I can take out these ones that are modified. So these holders that are in there are excess holders on accident and they're broken. I could probably set those to export at some point. Interesting. Yeah, we could probably fuzzy export all of the package recipe holders to fix that if we needed to. They could sit in there for now, I guess. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it, Alice Val. Load this one to 0. So these are going to be processing for sure. And then so arcane workbench. Let's look at the recipes for things in this that we'll probably need. Chemical constructs. Essential valves. Normal essential valves. Okay, I don't actually need the stabilizers for anything. I don't think I need any other guys with stuff either. Most of these things are kind of useless. We will do adamantite fabric just because I can. Adamantite fabric for the same reason. Advanced alchemical constructs, I'll need those. Most of these things are not interesting to me. We'll tell it how to make both the filling and the emptying transfusers. I don't know how useful these are going to be at this point, but we'll assign them. Give them a normal essential smeltery, no problem. A mithrilium smeltery. An adamanite smeltery. Also, emptying transfuser now as well. Pretty sure this is filling, right? Yeah. Ready to go. So we did Essentia. I think we need void metals still. Okay, so this will be Essentia smeltery, void metal smeltery. I think void metal is used in the adamant. No, mithrilium uses void metal. Then adamanite uses mithrilium, and then we're gonna need a mithmanite smeltery as well. Scroll back. We'll give it enchanted fat. What do we overwrite just now? Adamanite. Okay, so now we need an adamanite smeltery again. Gosh, I hate whenever you forget to click onto the next one. It just eats your smeltery, or it just eats your recipe. Okay, adamanite smeltery. Now we need a mithmanite smeltery. Okay, so that should be all four of the smelteries set up. Just gonna scroll back through the recipes again as well here, just to make sure we're not missing stuff for them. Just the advanced alchemical constructs, which we did teach already. We know Essentia tubes. Pretty sure we know normal constructs as well. This way Maokai support and chill, 0 sweat. I could probably have a 60% win rate with Nefiri whenever sweating. Or I could have a 55% win rate with Maokai while chilling. It's a no-brainer choice while I'm low elo. Fair, fair. Oh, we could do all the Essentia storages. If I wanted to. I really don't want to be honest. I could. Do I need them for anything, actually? I guess is the better question. Not for this one. Not for this one. Okay, no. So the answer is you only need them for essential storage. I was just seeing if I was gonna require, if it was gonna be required crafting for something. Things like that happen. Fabric. Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if I rewrote the overwrote part. I didn't. Energetic Niter. Because I know that we do need some of that for something later. I don't remember how much. I don't think it was a crazy amount. But definitely some of it, so we'll get it. I kind of want to say that I need redstone inlays for something else as well. I'll encode the recipe and then we'll check. We do. We need them for some warp core stuff that we already made. Which is fine. We'll ignore that part. We'll need them for the Candyland caps. Oh, okay. We're gonna actually need them for a lot of caps. Beautiful. Perfect. We'll have those in advance then. No issue. Those will be on auto crafting. They take 6 seconds to craft. And we'll give this guy in a minute. We'll give him an adamanite block as well. So then it'll only actually take like 1.2 seconds to craft these, which means they won't really block our recipe by that long. Especially because they craft in pairs. It only had like 8 seconds to those recipes, but even then, not really. Okay, this looks pretty good. I think that's everything we need from the Arcane Auto Workbenches on auto crafting. Give them all processing upgrades. One in here, one in here. Just guarantee that your packager, whenever you're doing anything with the machines, has blocking mode enabled. Blocking mode means it will only put a singular item craft worth of things inside of the machine while it's actively waiting. This stops it from just doing some nonsense where it like overstacks a machine and then now it can't craft because it can't actually fit the slots in for everything else. Blocker mode is absolutely a necessity to remember to use whenever you're trying to do any kind of processing upgrades on specialty stacks. Already up to 160 of both constructs. That's the equivalent of 160 of the casings. So the system will way overkill all of our requirements for those, because it should buffer to 2000. And I'm setting up every single part of this so far to have a 2k buffer, which is pretty exceptional. So I think our systems will have no issues dealing with this. Okay. Sorry, just popping my fingers while I think. Alright, so we got contracts done. Let's grab more adamantite. We should just be able to request 20 more adamantite now. It should make the fabric. Then it should take the fabric from the crafter. Oh, that's something. We actually need the output of this guy to go directly into the system. How slow is he making fabric? Oh, I guess 6 seconds per one. So this is one thing. The way that processing stuff from packagers and unpackagers works, if they don't directly get the output themselves, so it's like a one block process, just send it back into your IME system somehow. As long as it goes into your IME again, it counts that as a finished craft. But like if we look currently, it's crafting 20 enchanted fabric still. Since these guys auto output, we'll just put an auto output right here. Bink. And then now it should be progressing through the crafting. Yeah. So now it's crafted 12 already. And then it's immediately starting to use these to craft adamantite ingots. Yeah, and it says it's waiting on enchanted fabric. That is something we should already have the adamantite block we need. Wait. This guy he actually needs the mythmanite block. Duh. Oops. Mythmanite. 9 of these guys. We'll set this to craft. And now these went from a really expensive resource to something I can just on demand, no issues. We're gonna break this guy real fast. Throw the mythmanite block on top. Bink. And now he will go, but a lot faster now, hopefully. There we go. Yeah. Now he's down to like the 1.2 second or so recipe. Yeah. It needs one more enchanted fabric specifically? What's wrong with that, I wonder? Oh, it's just not in the unpackager? Cancel this craft. I'm not sure what happened there. It was probably me putting ingots back into the system. I think I might have messed it up. But that's okay. So these guys are working great. I guess actually, since I'm going to be in here anyways, maybe we could make the if I have a compactor learned. I don't. How can we make the mithrilium plates? Mithmanite plates. Mithmanite plates. So pressurizers can do it, and they're probably the fastest, hands down. So let's grab one of our interfaces. Do we know how to make a pressurizer? We don't, of course. Craft a set of things for this. Then manually craft. Craft another set of things for this guy. Manually craft another one. And then we'll do one more. Okay, so thought process here. We'll throw this guy here. Set him to input from the top. And then this one's going to output push to the top. This one's going to output push to the left. This one's going to output push to the bottom. And they'll have inputs from every other angle. We'll grab a few sets of upgrades. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's actually just tell this to craft 2,000 more of these. And we'll craft 2,000 more of these as well. Just because we use nuclear craft machines all the time. These guys, 7,000 arithmetic while they're working. So they're a little spicy on the power usage, but that's fine. How much power actually are we outputting right now? So we're only using 600,000 of our 900 or so thousand arithmetic. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. We will work on some more power generation soon. Let's double flex point. 1, 2. There we go. That keeps these guys full. And then so this interface is going to have processing upgrades, processing crafts or whatever from a pattern terminal. We're going to need to go back to the base for that, I think. Because I don't think you can get pattern. Ooh, you can make a wireless pattern curve terminal. Can I make a universal wireless terminal? What's up, Meister? Welcome back to the stream. We got the contracts done. How you doing today, my man? Pretty good, pretty good. I was a little bit tired, so I slept in today to try and help my body heal, and I'm actually feeling really good with it. So, what I did in the earlier part of the stream, sorry, I streamed at a different time, so you dropped in a little late. We got the fire and ice contracts going. We're already at 270 of both of them. These guys are on full passive now. We set up on-demand crafting for the arcane auto workbench as well. So now we should just be able to make the Mithmanite stuff. I'm actually setting up the pressurizers with, I'm going to put processing upgrades in this, or processing patterns, I mean, so that we can get the plates automatically. For the Mithmanite, the Adamantite, and I think the void metal plates are also needed. Let's see, if we click a Mithmanite smeltery, what is the craft going to take? Mithrilium plates, Mithmanite plates, Adamantite plates, void metal plates, and iron plates. That's 5 plates. Iron plates probably should go somewhere. I guess we could put another pressurizer on this if we wanted to. It'll probably be fine with just these ones. And so we're going to set processing upgrades for all 5 of these plates. I was just trying to see if I had stuff. Can I make a pattern terminal, actually? Might be able to just make another pattern terminal. Yeah, I can. We're just going to make one, and we're going to just put it down temporarily on a cable in here, so I don't have to go all the way back out. Because I don't have a wireless version, but if I could just put them down... No biggie. Easy peasy. So, iron plates. It's processing. Mithmanite plate. 1-to-1. Oh, actually, what I should do is I should get rid of both of these recipes. Ooh, no, I probably shouldn't do that, actually. I was gonna set it up to where it would be smarter about the recipes, and it'd send bulk in since the pressurizers are a bit faster. But thinking about it, I don't want it to think it needs 16 Mythmanite ingots to make 16 Mythmanite plates. Um, like so it'll only ever do it in bulk. I don't want that to happen. So we'll just tell it one at a time. That's fine. We're gonna need what? Void metal plate. Adamantite plate. Here. Mythmanite. Smeltery. Let's look at this again. Brass plates. Mithrilium plates. I think it's all we're missing, right? Yes. Brass plate. And then a Mithrilium plate. And I'm pretty sure if we throw all of these patterns into this guy, I kind of want to say that it just is going to know how to make 4 Mythmanite smelters now. Crucibles. It can't do the crucible. Can I make the crucible in any other way? Or do I have to do that manually? Crucibles have to be done manually. I'll just make some and throw them in the system real fast. Cancel that. It does feel pretty good setting up with like stuff like this. Whenever you finally start getting everything put together and then you're like, nah, I'm just going to be able to craft things. It's going to be pretty sweet. Let's grab some Salus Mundus. We're just making a few excess crucibles in case we need them for other things later. We want like more smelters or something. Kind of loud doing these. The fact that we're going to be able to just order in 4 Mythmanite smelters after all of the work I've put in is very nice. Mythmanites. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, see how it's like a little bit slower than it could be? Because it doesn't output enough of these at once. So I think it's crafting up more Mythmanite right now, as well as the Essentia Valves. Yep, he's crafting, man. This is currently crafting the Adamantite that it needs. Now it's making the Mythmanite that it needs. That's so cool, dude. That's pretty sweet. I like seeing things come together like this. It's really impressive, honestly, whenever you think about it. You think about what I'm doing in this game right now. The amount of logistics being involved in things is pretty neat. It's making some more Adamantite. Now it's making more Mythmanite. Sweet being able to watch your stuff just craft like that. Now it's made all the Mythmanite plates. It's currently making the alchemical constructs in the guy above me. It's going to make a few more Essentia Valves and such. It's pretty sweet. Let's get into the recipe packages. It's got 2 of the Mithrilium smelters it needs already. It's already made 2 of the Adamantite smelters as well. It's crafting up the Mithriliums and the Adamantites again in a second. Just needs to make the last of the advanced chemical constructs. We already have one Mythmanite smeltery. This crafting last couple things needed 2 more alchemical constructs. Get the last 3 of them. Crafting the last 2, and bam, there it is. All 4 Mythmanite smelteries done through essentially auto crafting. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah, I was stoked whenever I set that one up too. Yeah, it just feels cool. It feels cool watching your system do things that would have just been so tedious for you to do manually. You're like, damn, it really just works like that. It's always cool whenever you get like another system up. And now, like, I don't need this room until I eventually need to set up the Myrmex bucket, and we'll do that on this one. I think that's what it's called at least. The Myrmex fluid cell, cursed Mermite bucket. Yeah, we'll eventually need to set up a cursed Mermite bucket in an auto workbench, but that won't be hard at all. Okay, wait, maybe that will be a little annoying. I'll have to do crucible automation. You'll need a singular vidium, so you just do it in what, crafts of 10 probably? Mermite ingots into a mana pool. That's going to be easy. We'll have guilty pools soon. We'll just set up a way to craft more of those, no problem. We'll just make them in bulk. So that we can just use a pool alone for a mana infusion recipe. Cursed Mermite catalyst. This makes buckets. The buckets make the cursed Mermite, which makes Myrmex coolant cells. And so every bucket will make 4 coolant cells. And every 4 coolant cells will make 32 mythic machine casing. Okay, so yeah, that won't be too bad. The throughput on this one isn't anything crazy. I like how I'm looking at that. That's way out of my pay grade still. But you know, it's nice to know. Also, it's sweet that all of our Viz crystals finally caught up. How many of these do we have in total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, we have a setup of 24 of them. So I could probably put an upgrade into each of these too. Although I'm probably not going to. I think we should just make the Tree of Life at some point if we want to do that. Instead, make the Tree of Life, and then that would get rid of all of our insulators that we'd spent a long time working on. And then you just batch like a couple million Vis crystals, and then you're fine pretty much forever. As far as I can tell, at least. Okay, so that finishes up the Mythmanite smelteries. So Adamantite, Mythmanite smelteries, auto workbench. Okay. So now we're going to need to set up the Dragonfire Forge. We'll need to set up 4 of these guys. But we have all the Mythmanite smelteries now, so this will all be pretty easy output-wise, I think. So we have 1 forge, so we'll just need to get enough for 3 more, and then we have 1 crucible as well. I still think the crucible is by far one of the worst multi-blocks that is in this pack. I just wish it didn't have all of the inputs on the top blocked. So it's all just so scuffed. I don't know why this one's so scuffed. Because most of the other multi-blocks are clean. If these blocks of Dragon Bones were 1 up and out, so they made a connected outside ring, so this was all consistent, 10 times better multi-block right there, instantly. So you can actually access all of the inputs and the controller and stuff visually, totally fine. It makes it a perfectly good multi-block. But right now, annoying multi-block. But I mean that in a way of no flame. I don't want that to be taken as too poorly. I'm not a fan of the multi-block design for this one, but it is what it is, right? Okay. I'm trying to think about how I want to do this setup. Let's get the stuff for the 3 other forges real fast. So we're going to need a bunch more ice and fire brick. blocks of dragon bones. So dragon bones, we'll take out a stack. Get some ice and fire brick. Dragon brick. I think we need more than a stack of ice. And then I think we should only need like one stack of fire. Yeah, we only needed 18 more fire bricks. And then 2 stacks of ice bricks will be enough for all of them. So we'll need we'll need 3 small input slots. Okay, that's 3 small item inputs. Because we're going to be using the recipe that only uses 3 of them. And we probably won't change that for a while. Eventually there's that one chicken bone recipe. I guess we could upgrade these actually to a normal. Which one did we put on this guy? A reinforced. Reinforced is a little big. We'll just upgrade all these to normal real fast. That's fine. And this will future-proof it for this recipe, where it needs 5 item inputs. This recipe should be fine. And this is a way better one for Eternal Dragonfire. But you don't get the leg bone fragments and stuff until Procasia. And then you'll need a bunch of Procasia garnets and stuff as well with induction smelters. So you're going to need a quicker garnet processing than just their void miner. Because this way you get 1 garnet approximately every 80 seconds. Which is not nearly enough. Once you get the Mythic Assembler and you get like recursion fragments and such, then this happens a lot more commonly. You know, every 40 seconds you can make a stack of them. Which is a lot better. But even then, it's still kind of slow. Although the Mythic Assembler, I think it's speed increase. Oh, no, it doesn't. I thought it had a speed increase one. I know that you can use the cut garnets as well. Instead, you can use the cut Procasia garnets. Or you can use the enchanted eggs to get a higher ratio too. So yeah, so if you use a cut garnet, which you can get more of from normal garnets, or from a creation altar. Yeah, but yeah, I don't know why I keep looking at that kind of stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, you know, like this thing looks neat, and then I just rabbit hole myself every time without fail. It has been such a consistent thing in this pack. I like it. I've been having fun. So I think that's probably why it's happening so much. Fluid output hatches. What fluid output hatch should we put on this guy? Put a ludicrous on him. Ooh, yeah, I meant to check on that. How much modularium do I have left? Oh, I still have 4K. We're chilling. I just know I've been making a lot of them. A lot of machines for it and everything, so. Fluid output hatch. So we'll make 1, 2, 3. I probably should set some more modularium up to chill in the system. Maybe I set it up to buffer into a drawer. Unfortunately, I hate drawers. I like them. I despise them. But maybe I should set up some stuff for some drawers. This will give these guys a pretty decent internal buffer for each one as well, and keeps it consistent. We'll upgrade them all to the reinforced too, just so that they're not different from each other. I don't want them to be different. 4 Mythmanite Smelteries for the bonus. All of their blocks. And we simply need a Dragonfire Forge controller, so the Auto Workbench controller, or the Essential Crystallizer, whatever our current blueprint is. I think the Dimensional Stabilizer is the current one that we're using for this, yeah. Let's grab 3 controllers. 1, 2, 3. Actually, let's grab 3 of these. We made excess crystallizer controllers. We'll just use those and chisel them. Take our chisel. It's a gray one, forge controller. Okay. Let's break all of this guy down. We'll break this manually so we don't make an extra controller on accident. Okay, so that's all of the stuff for this guy. In the Dragonfire Crucible, we'll need an Adamantite block for him. This will make him quicker. By replacing this outer block, that'll be fine. Break all this down. This guy's setup is going to be kind of clunky feeling, so I think I'm just going to put him in a compact machine. Unfortunately. Yeah, pick everything up. Beautiful. Yeah, I was trying to think if I could fit his design in world without it looking bad, and I just kind of don't think I can. I'm not sure. Do we want to do it in here? I could do it inside the Thaumcraft Viz section, I guess, as well. Thaumcraft Viz Dragonfire. Teleport in here, because we already have the capability adapter here from the quantum link inside of this one. So we could simply just put a compact machine on top of this guy. Do I not have another compact machine? I swear I had more already crafted. Also, I had extra adamantite plates on me I totally forgot about. And the best part too is I remember putting them in there now and saying, oh, hopefully I don't forget about these, so I'll put them in this card. I love doing things like that. Okay, so we're gonna need another compact machine then. We'll make one in there so that we can just utilize the extra channels from that quantum ring. We don't actually really need to split this right now, and it's all kind of towards the same setup, so is what it is, right? Grab this guy. Now, we should be fine to put this inside of the second container. Oh, I broke it with the thing, so it duplicated. I was like, how did this happen? I guess we'll put that away in the system. We're just using up extra item slots for no reason on those. There we go. Okay, put away the controllers, put away all their inputs and outputs and things. I'll figure out the nuance of where these guys go later. Put away these Mythmanite ingots. Plus 28 LP this time. Nice, nice. Congrats on the extra win again. Paste, okay. Yeah, this guy is our copy paste gadget that's specifically for making more modular or compact machines. I mean, compact. We'll just grab a few stacks of this emerald block and a pearl. Sorry, I forgot to refresh. It was your 4th win in a row. Nice, nice. But yeah, compact machines definitely are just a sweet thing to have, easily makeable. I could set up a builder or something for these to make them on demand, technically, if you wanted to. How could I do it? You set up a builder, you set the builder to build in a specific spot. You should be able to set the hollow cube for one of them. Wait. There's a phantom placer, right? Yeah. And then so you could use a builder and a phantom placer to put the emerald block in the center, and then use the builder to do the hollow cube for the outside. You could totally do that. Have a dispenser that drops a singular ender pearl on it. Um, yeah, I could totally think about how you could on-demand this. Kind of funny. Now you're plus 48 LP today. No more -7. Nice. Enemy support was so disgusting. First they play Lux, then they disconnect when everything's so wrong. The league environment goes hard. The double whammy. Yep. Let's do one more. We'll just make 3 machines for now. If I can here, put this copy paste gadget away. Give me my 3rd compact machine. Sweet. Didn't play well that game? It's like that sometimes. Very occasionally, your team will do good enough that you get to win without trying your ass off. Okay, so now if we put this compact machine on top, bink. Enter him. Set our teleport back here in the side. Go back in here. I just want to name him before I forgot later. Dragonfire. Okay. Actually, we need a capability adapter on both sides. I'm pretty sure. Make another one. Compact machine walls. That's fine. Capability adapter. Grab our tunnel. Grab the new capability adapter we just had to craft. Beautiful. So this is going to be on the down side. Oh. I looked down at the capability adapter whenever I clicked. Okay. So we're going to need to set up a tunnel that's facing down. We'll do it right here. That's direct center, right? Facing down, it's facing the capability adapter. Bing. That means that this guy has channels on it now. This guy should transfer the last of the channels from the outside. It won't tell me how many slots or how many channels it has access to. But in the other one, we only used 5 channels? No. We used 4 for the Pactor-Unpactor pairs. 1 for the storage bus to the drawers. 2 for the interfaces. So we only used 7 channels. So we got absolutely plenty here. I'd like 14 deaths out of 6. 6 deaths in 30 minutes is not the worst, but not ideal. That's literally totally fine, bro. That's not even an issue. I wouldn't think twice about 6 deaths in 30 minutes for anyone. Strike the lottery with a non-toxic ADC whose last season was 800 LP above my rank. Current season unranked. Just starting out, so they're getting some free wins. Okay, let's put away all this excess. God, my nose is killing me today. So itchy. And I keep having little sniffles, but I'm trying not to do that like on stream a bunch, because it's annoying. Take all of this stuff out. Okay. Gonna fucking do it anyways. My bad, guys. My bad. Reinforced item inputs. The Dragonfire Crucible, which is the big one. I used 2 inputs. Guess not the number of deaths. That was the problem about how I got the deaths. Yeah. That's fair. Let's look at this guy's recipes real fast. His absolute biggest recipe is just 9 things, yeah. And they all fit in a substack, so that's fine. Does he have 2 inputs? He does have 2 item inputs. I think about item breeder stuff that we can do. Can you put a redstone upgrade on a drawer? Huh. Okay. Alright, so yeah, we totally can. So, my thought process, we set up all of the impulse hoppers, because I think that's probably what I'm going to use, on blocker modes to do each craft. Alternate them with like a redstone timer signal or something that has a gap of like a second or so between each craft. Maybe less. I would have to look at how long these crafts are going to be. This makes it 6 times faster. And they only take 5 seconds, right? For each one? Yes. So to be 6 times faster, and they only take 5 seconds per set. So that should be fine. We'll just be making... we'll need to set up a villager trader for the ice dragon blood to make sure we don't run out. Maybe actually multiple of them, thinking about it. Because that means every 4 seconds it'll craft with an ice dragon blood. That'll be every 4 seconds it'll need one for the next dragon steel. I think that's how that works out math-wise. Which means we'll need a pretty fast villager trader. Or we'll just need multiple of them, which should be fine. I don't understand how Maokai supports win rate decreases the higher low you get, but suddenly peaks in Grandmaster Plus. So the reason for that is Grandmaster players are that good. The dynamic of how a game of League is played by the time you hit Masters and GM is starting to change. It changes a lot, actually, at that point. But the game, like, the gameplay differences are major. Once you're peaking, like high Masters, low GM, a lot of your matches are a different dynamic. Your team all of a sudden plays a lot more together, even though it's still solo queue, so it still has its own issues intrinsically compared to like pro play and stuff. But you're getting to the level where like small mistakes lose games. So small, like catching someone out barely with the Maokai, catching someone with the ult or catching someone with just with the point and click route is extremely, extremely strong. Let's get our 4 forge controllers. Where does the controller exactly go on the forge? So it is the controller, for one that's 5x5, I'll keep that in mind. Controller with input in the dead center and outputs on the side. So I guess angle all of these aiming in, probably. So 5x5. So this guy will be 3 back because he's on this edge. He's 1 away from this wall. And then 1, so this will be item input, this will be fluid output, this will be a wall. So 3 blocks of space, I think, is exactly preferred for this. And then 2 blocks of space, 1, 2, there. And there. Grab ourselves a stick. Apologies for the sniffles and stuff. Assemble all of these. We'll have to make sure that all their containers are proper. Like that one's a tiny item input. Can't have that, literally. Won't work. This one's a reinforced. Okay. I think I decided I want all of the item inputs to be reinforced. I think that ended up being the plan. Reinforced, reinforced, normal, reinforced. Okay. 4 reinforced item inputs on these guys. Should be pretty easy. Where do these guys get their Mythmanite smelteries at? On the lower block edge opposite of the controller. So it should be on this side. Oh god, these take forever, I forgot. Okay, looks like it. Doesn't look mad. My Maokai win rate support is luckily higher than the average win rate of the champ of my elo. I'd cry with the 48% win rate. Been there, done that. Yeah. Yeah, my main account win rate, horrible. It's super bad. It's why I stopped playing. Was just because my game quality started getting so low. There was no point. I went from a 60% win rate, pushing my way to Masters again this season, to just, I could barely, like, I dropped all the way down to out of Diamond. I dropped to Emerald, and my win rate's like a 44% or something, or 45% overall. Absolutely disgusting. And the best part, I wasn't playing badly. That's what made it so gross. It's what made it so horrible. I'm like, well, pretty rough. So lasers. Fluid laser relays. We'll put a laser on each of these outputs. Drum. Grab one of our gargantuans. This will be fine. Input, output, tank. Is this one Dragonfire? That's Liquid LP. I couldn't remember if I made a tank for Dragonfire. I think it's normal blood. Let's actually grab just a typical white tank then. I think we go with a white, but instead of white, we'll grab some gray. We'll grab one light, no, we'll grab 2 light gray, and we'll grab a red. Light gray. So we'll do 2 light gray on the edge and a red on the center. And the light gray is like ashes, is kind of like the mental vibe. So that'll be the explanation for the tank. I should really, at some point, write all of my tanks and chests down, but I'm not going to, probably, so I think I'm just going to be doomed. There we go. This will be for Eternal Dragonfire. Speaking of which, we're actually going to set this guy over here. Move our entry point over, because I think it's already in the way. And then, so this guy will get a Fluid Laser Relay as well. Grab ourselves a compass out of here. Okay, into, out of, into, out of, out of, out of, out of. Grab our laser wrench. So you're going to be connected to this one, this one, this one, this one. So these are going to buffer Eternal Dragonfire up to 65,000 buckets worth of it in the Demonically Gargantuan Drum. And then this guy is going to be the Eternal Dragonfire Ender Tank, which will be what we actually use to transport it around currently. Also, thought about it, these guys can totally wall share. Should I do that right now? I can push these one more over, make them wall share, and then it'll let me fit an extra one in if I do that. Because currently, if this one was an outer wall of one here, then the 3 would be too much. But if I cut one more block down, I could get 6 Dragonfire forges in here at some point if I wanted to increase production. That'll be kind of a pain. But if I do it right now, I won't regret it later for sure. Like later on, if I want a couple more of these, then I can just fit them into the same room, no problem. But if I don't do that, then it's going to be a pain. I'll have to break these down later after I have other machines and stuff in here. That'll be kind of annoying. I think doing it like this is fine. Yeah, I forget sometimes about the fact that you can wall share machines. Okay, so now this guy needs to go only a 2 block space. 1, 2 to the wall. So 1 gap between it and the wall. So like right here. Where the controller should go. Put this here. Get our stick. I like how I put the tiny input on there again. Love that. Set this guy to our reinforced item input again. Then we'll have to break this lower back block as well again. We'll just do the lasers right there, no problem. Dragonfire forge again. 1 block gap. Stick. Click the stick again. Didn't go through. Grab our Mythnites. 1, 2. Reinforced hatch, reinforced hatch, reinforced, reinforced. Okay. Now we put the lasers back on them again. Output, output. Get this. Get our laser wrench. Okay. And then we're gonna need our compass. This guy's gonna be only into. Oh, misclicking these sucks because of how long they take to break. Just pretty moderately inconvenient. It's not even that long either, it's the best part. Only out of, only into, link link. Only out of, only out of. Link this guy to here. Link this guy to here. Okay, so these guys will all send in here. This guy will be a buffer. This guy will go out into the ender tank for anywhere else that Eternal Dragonfire is needed. That should be fine for me. Pretty simplistic setup so far too. Let us do some cable. Special place in hell for Hawaii ADCs? Ah, shit. I'll meet you down there. I haven't actually done that in a while, but I did at one point play a little bit of Hawaii ADC because I thought it'd be fun. It was very fun, by the way. Let's get 4 limited item filters. We'll modify them all at the same time. Let's put away the network visualizer. We don't really need that right now. We'll keep the tank on me. I do need that, the stick. Our weapon and battery can go in there. I hope I don't need those in here. That'd be a problem. Put away the fluid razor relays. I don't think I need those anymore either. Okay, so Dragonfire. Eternal Dragonfire. We need, how much do we need for 1 set normally? Okay. These guys will make a set every 2.5 seconds, so we will give them enough for 4 sets in each as a buffer. So it's going to be 16 flammable dust, 32 nether stars, and 4 divine shards. I could just do a stack of each actually, and then I don't have to filter anything. Oh my god, we're at 906,000 flammable dust. Yeah, so our whoop farms went hard. Stars. Now the stars are passive from the Outcast Tome. So we'll just limited item, a stack of each of these. And that'll affect all 4 of these filters. Let's grab ourselves some conduit. Insert on this filter. Insert on the filter. Insert on the filter. And insert again on the filter. Okay. So now if we just snake all of these guys up. Figure we'll get these guys started ASAP. Then building a larger buffer earlier should do no negatives whatsoever that I can think of. Also, I just want to make sure my system works properly. Okay. Grab one of our interfaces that we made earlier. Beautiful. We'll just put him here. And this guy is just going to stock a stack of all of these materials. Should be pretty simple. Extract upgrades. We will give him all 15, so he just does a stack at a time for each one. Be fine. Extract always on. Fantastic. These guys are they're cooking. Yep. Cool. They've already filled up our ender tank, and then they'll start filling up this gargantuan drum. Beautiful. Okay. So that is our Eternal Dragonfire automated. God, this automating the crucible is gonna be a pain. So this guy's gonna be 2 from the edge. Also need our Adamite block. One of them. Where do the inputs and outputs go on this guy? Outputs dead center bottom. God, this is gonna be kind of a pain. I'm trying to think. It's a slightly complex system to set this up to use one crucible for all of these. For all of the recipes. So it's gonna be 2 from the edge. I presume clicked and facing this way. So I guess if I built 3 blocks from the edge here. How tall is it? 4 blocks in total. Okay, this will give me some extra space. I want to say I can put it in this slot right here and it'll still fit in this room. I also want to say building out of the Dragonfire was not a good idea. Crucible controller. Okay, thankfully he is by a Dragonfire in front of him, so that's fine. Dragonfire behind him, and then this next block back, I'll put the Adamite block in, so it doesn't autofill. Then we'll use our Destruction Catalyst for these 3. Make life a little bit faster. And we should be able to stick. I want to say this guy should have everything to compose himself. You should be nice and fully formed. Yeah. I was worried that it was too close to the wall or something. I'm like, I feel like there should be an extra block still. No, it was because I put this adamantite block here for the modifier. It can't actually auto place modifiers, so it doesn't know about them, but it is still a form structure, so that's working fine. Okay. I hope this is producing quick enough for our purposes. I guess first guys first. We actually are going to need more fluid lasers. I could fluid laser from just the lower section there, but I'm going to do it from right here because I feel like this is nicer. Into, out of. There we go. This guy's nice and full of his 32 buckets worth. Okay. It's normal item input. So a 6 item input should be fine for all of our current intents and purposes. I guess we'll use a reinforcement though. Do it on this side. Then I should have impulse hoppers. Actually, what I should work on, I need to get I need to get an ice a way for the ice dragon blood real quick. So we're gonna need to go and get some shamans that can do the trade, and then set up some villager auto traders. I'm actually gonna check on my villager traders down here and see what their full speed is, see how often they produce, because I'll need one every 4 seconds. So with full upgrades, it's only one every 382 ticks, which is just under 20 seconds. So I guess like 6 of these would guarantee it. I want to say that 6 of them works. Because if you're making one every 20 seconds, if you make 6 every 20 seconds, yeah, you're overkilling it. So I should only actually need 5. Because I'd make 5 every 20 seconds, which would be, it'd actually make a little bit more than that, which would be exactly enough for one every 4 seconds. But it's going to be a bit quicker than one every 4 seconds. Because I think they only take 0.8 seconds for the crafts. But 1.2 for some of them, I don't know, it's going to be kind of inconsistent. We'll get 6. We'll get 6. This will be fine. So mob imprisonment tool. 3, 4, 5, 6. Check out our wither skeleton. Get a villager. Just any kind, this will be fine. So we're gonna need 6 shamans. Is that already 6? So grab this guy. Oh, he's a fisherman. That's a sage. That's a shaman. Grab you two. We're just gonna get 6 of these. We'll do all of their crafts up until they can get the higher tier ones later. Let's get our shuriken out. Sorry, but you guys are getting absolute toasted. Let's just spawn in like 3 sets. Should be fine. Okay, maybe we should move the things that we're not gonna immediately use again out of our stuff instead. Fisherman. Craftsman. Shaman. 1. Okay, that's all of those guys. Just to confirm, I did reset my stuff over here, right? Oh yeah, we got stacks and stacks of extra skulls. We're gonna have to deal with the inventory on this in a minute. I'll deal with that later. I'm not even gonna worry about that right now. I'm getting distracted by it, but it doesn't actually matter yet. Sorry, I kill you too. Spawn a bunch more of these guys in real fast. Okay. Shaman. 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 Alright. Now we just kill all of these guys again. I don't want to grab them on accident. I don't remember if I still have my rocket and my shuriken. I actually think I do, so I don't think I can pick them up by shift right clicking them, but still tedious if I can. Okay, so that is 6 shamans. We will need to emplace these somewhere. We'll put them here for now. Okay, sorry. Had to talk to some family for a second. Okay, so Ice Dragon Blood. It is from a level 3 shaman. I believe it is a consistent trade. So we just need to go through and get one trade up from this. I guess we'll just do Dragon Bones. That'll be pretty easy. Let's put away all of this extra stuff. We don't need any of that anymore. We don't need this input either. We'll keep the cables on me. I probably will need those. Okay, Dragon Bones. Give him a stack. This guy should be a level 2 now. So let's go back to our Dragon Bone recipe again. Feed him 2 stacks. Second half, actually. Wait, and he should level up, hopefully, to level 3. He should have Dragon Blood now. Yep, Ice Dragon Blood. That is one of them. Yoink. We will put him right here for now, just so we know which ones are and aren't done. This guy should have the same recipe. Oh, he has it, but for a better price. Wait for him to level up. Do it again. I think he leveled up twice now. Dragon Blood. Once again, also just at a way better recipe than the other guy is. For cost. It doesn't matter to me. The cost is irrelevant. It's EMCable. Its input's always some level of sapphire, so. Thank you for this. We'll take all these. Close out. Let him level up. Pop it back open again. And then that should hopefully level him up twice. I think I saw the particles refresh. Dragon Blood. Beautiful. It's half of them done. Nice, this one's at the 4 again. While he's leveling up, grab a few extra Dragon Bones. Run him one more time. Tree is Ice Blood. Pretty sure it's a guaranteed trade. I've never not seen one have it, so I would assume it's guaranteed. Bones. Goes out, let him level up. Bones again. There's probably more EMC efficient ways to do these trades, but I'm gonna be so honest, I don't really care. It's a little irrelevant. I have 18.5 trillion. I would have a lot more than this too, but my agate supply, like all of these, or I guess my agate supply is a bad example. I'm producing more agate than I'm using, but I keep producing all these other ones too, the Metagabbro and stuff, recently. And I really don't need to be because I'm not actually using them because I already have enough of all of their alloys. The exception being the agate alloys. I just, by pure chance, didn't have I didn't have signalum on the line, so I'm like, you know what, signalum will be fine. And then I'm also getting a lot more lumium with it too. Yeah. I'm at millions of both of those now because I set up that line. Although, you know, like, the other normal alloys that I set up a long time ago are in the tens of millions. Pretty sure I finished this guy just now, but I got distracted talking, so we're gonna double check. He's got blood, yeah. Get this last guy. Yeah, I guess they always have a blaze powder trade, it looks like. Which would have been better than dragon bones because it's a lower amount too. Damn, 1 dragon bone per sapphire. That guy's got some goated trades. Let's see. Ice dragon blood. Perfect. That is all 6 of these guys. Let's get rid of all this for now. Villager trade station, or exchanger, I mean. We'll use these ones just because these are the easier frames. Machine frame, 100. I don't like missing frames whenever I want them. Make 6 of these guys. We've got all sets of the upgrades, no problem. Get a EMC link. Okay. I think it's the only thing outside of stuff that we can just craft from the IMI that we'll need for this. Enter. And enter. This is going to be quite the experience. Also, how much are we at already for this? Yeah, an extra 1,000 buckets of Eternal Dragonfire. That's pretty nice. And I should keep building this buffer because I'm pretty sure this system makes more than I'll be using at full speed. I'm pretty sure, at least. As long as I do it right. So let's set up these guys somewhere. Which anywhere. Does this guy need power? I don't think so, right? No. So 6 villager trade exchangers. What are all of the recipes that we're going to need? So, Fire Dragon, Fire Dragon Blood, Fire Dragon Steel, Ice Dragon Steel, and then we're going to need Dreaded Steel. I want to say those are the 4 recipes we have planned to use in this guy. Ice Dragon Steel is simply going to be Iron Ingots and Ice Dragon Blood. Yep. So it should be a simple matter of we'll throw an Impulse Hopper here. We'll do active with simple. Trying to think about how I'm going to do this all. For one, actually, this isn't going to work because I want to power them, and I don't feel like using a Wyvern Crystal in here. We'll move these guys out of the way. Because we're going to want 4 Impulse Hoppers, I think is the idea. I'm thinking the plan is to use an Impulse Hopper, set them on blocker mode, set them into their crate below them. Maybe actually. Four of them here, like this. And then, so we put the crate, grab a crate, it's a small one, right here. So these guys will always just pull from a crate. Inputs and outputs from modular machines will just yoink as needed. So in theory, so push on that side. Push on that side. So the way that impulse hoppers work is that they can push underneath criteria. I don't know how much the capacitor tier matters. I guess we'll check that real fast. We'll just get them all in energized version. 2, 1. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if the capacitor tier matters that much. Anyways, so the way that these guys work is this will be their item input. This will be, this middle row is where you set the item amount. So you can put an item in here and then you can click it to increase the number of it, the same way that the limit of item filters from Ender.io work in general. So I can tell it, do I actually need an example of everything? I think I do. So we can manually do the first set of things. That'll be fine to get like an actual output for all of these. But the way that it works is I could tell it that it should only output one singular iron ingot and one singular ice dragon blood. We can tell it to output with a signal, which I meant to actually set on all of these. Output with a signal, hit them all with a timer so that they do one goes, a second later, the next one goes, a second later, the next one goes, a second later, the next one goes, in order of how the recipes are required of them. And we should be able to make it do just a merry-go-round of like consistency, hopefully. And it shouldn't be hard to balance either, because we should turn the dragon bloods directly into dragon steel immediately. So we should make the fire dragon blood, fire dragon steel, ice dragon steel just from the ice dragon blood, and then the dreaded steel in that order. So just go 1 and then 1 and then 1 and then 1. Which I think we can do. Delay. Timer of some kind maybe. A timer filter from Ender.io. I'm curious on how that works. Advanced redstone repeater. Hold on, sorry, I'm gonna look at all of these real fast. So turn off delay of a singular second. So that's a turn on and a turn off delay. So if I put this guy to like 200, so he would stay on for 200 seconds. Okay. Or 200 ticks, I mean. That makes sense. So if I put him on, if I put him to turn off in just 5 ticks only, so a quarter of a second. So he ticks on, the impulse hopper should activate. He should turn on immediately after getting the signal. Now, turn on delay of 1 second. Because one of these should go, it should activate an impulse hopper, and then it should also activate the next repeater in the line. And then the next repeater in the line gets activated a second later, so it takes exactly a second. He'll activate for 5 ticks. He'll start the next repeater in the line activating. Okay, we'll do a 25 tick delay maybe. So 5 ticks of activation should hopefully be enough for the impulse hoppers, especially with energized, to dump all of what they need. And then a 1.25 second delay to turn on, just to guarantee there's enough time for the craft in between each one. I want to say that would probably work. I want to say that would hopefully work at least. Set those up in a chain. It'll be kind of finicky on how we do that in a second, but I think I can get it done. Them all being connected might make this a problem. Or like vaguely connected, so like getting an individual connection to each one is where it might be hard. We shall see. Okay. So we'll set up these guys here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Insert. Output on all of these guys to always. We're going to just insert the top here on all of these. The idea then being a take all of these guys out, all of these in here. Ice Dragon Blood. Ice Dragon Blood. Ice Dragon Blood. Ice Dragon. And then this guy in as well. For Ice Dragon. So thankfully these guys all use Singing Sapphire as their result, so that should be pretty easy. Extract. Always. This guy does not need this much. Give him this. He'll fill up a sack of each. All of these guys. Get all of these upgrades real fast. We'll sort them so we can just shift click drag. Shrink. So every 382.6, or about 19 seconds, 19.1 seconds, these will make a singular Ice Dragon Blood, but then there's 6 of them, so I'll get 6 every 19 seconds, which gives me 3 point something seconds per Ice Dragon Blood, which should be plenty for the system. I think the system operational speed will be a little bit slower than that, especially because I'm probably going to have an intentional delay now that I have like gone through and thought about it more. These guys all get power. I'll do that last so that I'm not messing up my system's status at all. We get Ice and Fire, Dragon Blood. Grab Iron Ingots. So this guy will be 1 Ice Dragon Blood, 1 Iron Ingot. We'll have it on blocker mode. We'll have him feed only into it on he'll only be active on a redstone signal. So these red ones will, like this will show red, but it'll only send the item through whenever it says green. And I think, since we have multiple sources in here, for one, I think if we Shift click in something that's not in there. Yes. So things that aren't in there can't go in there. So it can't make multiple stacks unless I set multiple stacks in here too, which is also just really convenient. So we should be able to tell this guy to only go whenever he has 1 Ice Dragon Blood and 1 Iron Ingot in there. That'll be the recipe for an Ice Dragon Steel. This guy can be a Fire Dragon Blood and an Iron Ingot. That'll be the recipe for a Fire Dragon Steel. Actually, we'll do the recipe for the Fire Dragon Blood first. This recipe will need... Oh god, I need to automate plutonium. I forgot about that. Glass bottles, plutonium, and a stack of magma blocks. Magma block. You have enough plutonium for it to not be that big of an issue. Or plutonium. Yeah, it gives me some URADs to tick, but it's nothing crazy. It should be manageable. Glass bottle. So 1 glass bottle for plutonium ingots. 1 full stack of magma blocks. Make sure he's on locker. And then that'll make the Fire Dragon Blood. So then Fire Dragon Blood and Iron Ingots will go in. Make sure he's on a lock as well. So these will they'll never try to overwrite a different recipe that's happening. And so if they for some reason don't have enough for their recipe, it should cycle anyways, I want to say, and it should never ever put results in that it doesn't have enough for. I'm pretty sure is how these work. So unless it can do all of it at once, it won't do any. And I think that'll stop us from ever getting stuck. And then Dreaded Steel. As a recipe, we'll need a Fire Dragon Steel, an Ice Dragon Steel, and a Dreadite Ingot. So we can't do this last one yet. We'll need to... I guess we can get the Dreadite Ingot to teach it. But we'll need to set these up to just be passive. We'll just have them passive small. Should be fun. Uranium oxide will set up passive. I guess we can do that in here too. And then Dreadium will just be pulling from the system as well. So let's make Ice Dragon Steel and put in you. Okay, so it does take a bit to take it. When it takes it kind of inconsistently speed-wise too. We can actually pull from this crate, and this should take the Fire Dragon Blood immediately from this out of the crate again to make the Fire Dragon Steel without it being an issue, hopefully. Okay. This guy will be making the Ice Dragon Blood, or this will be the recipe for the Ice Dragon Steel. Let's set up all the links and stuff that we'll need for these guys to get automatic to some extent at least. He's going to pull from the bottom an Iron Ingot. Gonna make a better link for this guy. Slightly overkill, but it's kind of funny, so we're gonna do it anyways. So we're gonna give him a glass bottle and a magma block. Get this guy to pull from the bottom. No, Ronaldo, I apologize. I've not. I've failed you. What's up, man? How you doing? a pull from the bottom. Nice stack of iron again. This guy will be for the dreaded steel, so we're going to have 1 dreadite, 1 fire dragon steel, and 1 ice dragon steel. I'm going to need these in supply for other things too. But if I slow this down by too much, it's going to take forever to get the dreaded steel I want. I guess actually, if I split half of the ice and fire dragon steel off, instead of cycling directly back into this, it'd slow the system down by 3 crafting cycles each time, but I could stagger it. Could freeze our king and our only plat for grand righteousness. Fair enough. Fair enough, but yeah, so that would allow me to stagger it, which I think would work. Also, I'm curious. Could I just leave these on all? No, I couldn't. Ice Dragon Steel would just be made permanently if I left them all on. That would be where the issue comes in. Because they will never put into it as long as I set the output locked on all of these. These guys are already on push, yeah. So they'll instantly drop their inventory whenever needed. Mm. So I want to say if I make 4 redstone phantom faces, actually, thinking about it. Let's make some powered. We'll put these upgrades back in here. So if I make 4 of these phantom faces, I should in theory be able to connect one to each guy directly. Let's grab some kind of basic brick to build with. Coral bricks it is. Okay. So in theory, should be able to bind all of these. God, I love doing systems like this sometimes. Sometimes this is very enjoyable for me. So this very first one will connect there. The second one in line will connect to this guy. This one will be the third in line. And then our fourth in line will always be our final craft. Okay, so this guy will be a turn off delay of 5 ticks, a turn on delay of none. So he will start. This guy will be a turn on delay of 27, so we're gonna add 25 to the turn on delay, and we're gonna give all of these, by the way, just for context, a typical redstone signal. That's not what I meant to click. Take that out of our hotbar. I don't want that to happen. We're gonna give all of these a redstone signal directly. So this guy should go first. 2 ticks after whatever we'll have a timer on the side. 2 ticks after, he'll be on for 5 ticks. Hopefully that's enough. This one will be on for 5 ticks. He's 25 ticks later than the other one. This guy needs to be 20 ticks plus 27 plus 25, so what, 52? I'm not messing that up, right? Yeah. Yeah, so this guy will be on for 5 ticks. And he'll be 52 ticks later than the original. And then this guy will be on for 5 ticks. And then he will be 77 ticks later than the original. That's way too long. Shift is how you do 5. And these guys are all staggered by 1.25 seconds each. And it should be a simple matter of allocating a timer. Wait, did I not make a timer? I swear I'd already made one of these. I guess not in this world. Conductive plates, anodes, a cathode. We're going to just send all of these to EMC. Plates, anodes, cathodes, a pointer. Grab a stack of each of these to throw them back into the system real fast. And we should be able to make a timer, pull it out, and then we'll land this guy with EMC. Decent end result. So then in theory, timer here, on an interval of 5 seconds. Alright, that's pretty good. If I just put a lever on this guy. Beautiful. And he has a side lever, so he's gonna stop. If I flip the lever off, he would go back to his cycling. Perfect. Okay, I think we're looking good. We might need to extend this depending on how long it takes the impulse hoppers to actually work. But that'll be fine. So we got this one on lock, I think. I think we got this set up. So now these guys just need to get their extra materials. So this guy's got his iron, and he'll get his ice dragon blood in mass. We can turn this on, actually. Let's grab some conduit. With a flux point. Just because I do want these to start crafting a little bit. I would like this guy to get his ice dragon blood. Get that started. Pretty sure these will maintain a lead on the ice dragon blood, so that should be fine. This guy is going to need plutonium ingots. Everything else is already automated for him. So let's grab plutonium ingots. It shouldn't be that bad. Nice, this guy's chilling. Beautiful. Let's grab some of this cable. Let's get an interface. A phantom face. Set the phantom face up down here for now. Take him from the interface. So a plutonium ingot will take a plutonium dust that is arc furnace or ingot formed. Molten plutonium. God, is my only way really to arc furnace it? From a plutonium dust. Takes 5 seconds too. Hmm. Um. Let's click this guy. Let's click this. Let's press A on this guy. Can I just craft all of this from in here without having to go back out again? I kind of think I can, right? $27 reinforced blast brick. Let's put away all of our extra things for now. How big of a guy is this? A 5x5x5. Uh, do I have any slot that can fit this? No. Everything's slightly off, isn't it? Wait. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, no, he can fit. Not by much, but he can. He can slide in on this edge. That's got enough space. Yeah, this is 5 across, and he can easily fit 5 across here. So we can put him on like this middle block here, I think, and he'll still have space. No, not quite. Not quite. Put him at this will be his other corner. Let's just grab like a brick of some coral brick it is. This is the marker. So this will be a slot, and we'll face him this way so that we can have our output on the front. And I guess we'll phantom phase to his inputs. This also puts him 1 block away from the wall so we can give him power without it being a pain. It should be fine. Ah, gosh. Still kind of a pain. Gonna need some steel sheet metal. Make a couple stacks. $18 slabs will be more than we need. Steel scaffolding. How much of that do we need? Just 5. Get all 14 of these that we need. We'll try to get exactly everything. It'll make it easier to manage the multi-block shape whenever we're crafting it. Like putting it together. Steel block. Where do you have these? Got 6. Heavy engineering block. Pistons. 1,000 of those. I need 5 heavy engineering blocks. 10 light engineering blocks. 1 redstone engineering block. And I think that's everything we'll need. I'm pretty sure. So now let's start on our slabs, I guess. Oh, we're gonna need a cauldron too, right? Actually. Yeah. It doesn't quite show everything in the craft for some reason on this guy. I don't know why they did it like that, but they did. So you do have to keep it in mind a little bit. This one goes 2, and then it goes... Steel scaffolding. Redstone engineering block. Cauldron in the front. The triple stacks of steel blocks. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. We're gonna need our engineering blocks and sheet metal here. Heavy in the back and 2 on the sides, so 1, 2. 1. Yeah. 1, 2. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Missed that guy. 1, 2. Goes up 1. Goes up 2. And over 2. I like that. 2 more scaffolding on both sides here. Then it's all 27 blast brick. They're done in kind of a funky way. So they go 1, 2. These guys go out 4 for a full overhang. Then there's a 3x3 on top. Hammer. One of our million engineers hammers. Hit the cauldron. There we go. Okay. So, couple things. Link. Whenever this guy crafts anything, he will make an arc furnace. Like he'll make slag or whatever. That should just go straight into a link. That'll get dissolved. This guy will just get a flux point. Should be no problem. Should keep this guy nice and powered for us. This guy. These are input slots for the two separated crafting areas. So our plutonium ingot won't need anything special, but like whenever you're using the crushed will crystals or whatever in it, it requires a couple of inputs. It requires destructive will powder and limonite. I believe these are side based. So I think for stuff on this left side, it needs to go on the left side on the top. But I'm actually not sure. It might be able to go into everything. The center slot is where the different... What do they call it? Is it cathode? No. It's a... Damn it. Where's that? Electrode. So graphite electrodes are... I believe you just put them in the top. This gives them a super unbreaking electrode or whatever. I think he broke my autocraft for these. I had these on autocraft, but since they got moved into a super enchant that you have to right click for these, I'm not a fan. Whatever. We will just give him 3. And these guys should last for a really long time, hopefully. I don't know how long they'll last, but hopefully they'll make enough plutonium for all of our requirements. That'll be this. Well, I should do this up here. Connect this interface. Okay. So that interface is going to get small piles of plutonium dust in mass. These piles of dust are going to go to a crafter. Conduit. Make sure it's always insert. This guy will craft plutonium dust into powder to an external buffer. Grab this, set him all the way across. Remember this, just in case I put anything else inside of that interface, which I think I'm going to do in a minute. This will be fine. This guy will make all of our different plutonium dust up into ingots. Let's grab some extra speed upgrades, because I want him to do this as fast as he possibly can. That'll be fine. Plutonium dust, so this guy will get exported. We'll connect him right here, that's fine. Hopefully he can insert on this side without it being an issue. This will insert our plutonium dust to get sent down into plutonium ingots. Then that'll come out the front here. Pretty sure it can automatically come out of a crate. And then this guy can get a phantom face as well, just to limit our piping requirements. Click the crate, click the phantom face, set our direction of the phantom face for a pool as well. That'll be plutonium ingots coming out of there. Let us get some power going up. This one's crafting. Damn it, they are sided. Okay, so Makes sense. I was pretty sure they were sided. That's what I said and everything too. So me being surprised is kind of funny, but there's hope, I guess, is more so what it was. Oh, and it actually puts it in separated slots too? Okay, well that's going to smelt the plutonium hella fast then. That's perfect. I didn't know it would do that. This guy will automatically pull the plutonium to hold it. We're actually going to grab our Geiger counter real fast. Is this irradiating the hell out of our area in here? 3 URADs a tick is all I'm gaining in here. 2 URADs a tick. Okay, so I think my URADs are actually going down from whenever I had them in my inventory. I think that's all that was applying to this. So even though this guy would technically be doing 2 IMRADs a tick, since these are all modded storages, it's not actually impacting it. And this is going to just buffer a ridiculous amount of plutonium ingots. And is that a problem? How much plutonium do we have? 375k. You divide that into 4s. So 93,000 plutonium ingots worth. This guy will not hold anywhere near that amount. So we'll have plenty for internal storage still after. We might need to increase our plutonium dust production. So increase the speed of the grinder that's grinding up our uranium or whatever. But if that needs to happen down the line for more plutonium stuff, that should be fine. Okay, so plutonium is on and moving. And I think this is going quick enough that this shouldn't be an issue. These guys can make 96,000 at the, like, if they were full durability, they would make 96k worth. Guaranteed, but they'll make more than that because of their unbreaking level. So statistically, these guys should make like well over 1,000,000 crafts each, no problem, which will be fine. So I'll fill this whole container 12.5 times, which is way more than we'll need ice and drag or ice and fire, steel, and whatever for. So then this guy set up, this guy set up in mass and passive. This guy will be getting made from this one, and then it's going to insta pull back into this automatically for the fire dragon blood. So then this will have both of our steels in this output chest. So let's do that real fast. Let's grab steel. Turn this extract off. This extract will get a filter. Fire dragon steel, ice dragon steel, filter, extract always, insert. That should be fine. Then we need dreadite ingots. So we're gonna, I guess we'll make those in here too. It should just be dreadium ingots, mixed in an induction smelter with uranium oxide ingots. I guess even a stack of these won't be that big of a deal. So fluid infuser. Okay, so we're gonna give this guy uranium. Iridium. Should be fine. And I kind of think that's all we're going to need from these. Let's grab some filters. Grab a couple. We're going to need a few. One here. First filter will be a uranium ingot. Where's that? Okay, it'll be the one from the immersive engineering. So it's this guy. Uranium ingot whitelist. Set him here. Just double check that's working. Yep. Extract. Insert. This guy will provide a ridiculously small amount of radiation to the chunk. Nothing that will ever be an issue though. And INRAD I think is like 10 to the -9 or something like that. Zeros from like one actual rad. So it would take like the heat death of the universe for that to ever matter kind of vibes. Pretty sure at least. And then this guy is going to need electrolyzers. Of course, I didn't learn the electrolyzer. Make enough stuff for 2 sets of it. I really only need one, actually thinking about it. We have an extra electrolyzer then. It's fine. Put him back. Get upgrades for both of these guys real fast. And then so this guy will be electrolyzing water. Water in the electrolyzer. So the third one makes oxygen, the other two do not. So we're going to set up these sides to turn off on all of these, avoid excess. Avoid excess, turn all of these off. Output bottom push, turn off all of the other ones. Never void it, keep it default. So he'll be the reason that this is always producing. Water. Should be able to just water source this guy. Yep. This should never be an issue. I believe a basic water source always keeps up with this dude. No problem. Okay, and this will make the uranium oxide ingots. This will get pushed into... Why does this not show here? Oh, I'm on the second page, that's why. I clicked all the way over. This will get pushed into an induction smelter with our good old Dredium. Induction smelter, oh. This will be fine, craft one of these. Control click to craft what we're missing. Okay, so induction smelter. We're gonna put our output, we'll put it on the left with an output push. Put our induction smelter. We actually kind of want it to like face this way. Okay, this is the back. So its left side will be input, its right side will be input, and its back will be its output section. It's going to input... We want it to input Dredium from the side. We'll unlock the metallurgic slot there. Okay, I forgot we could actually sort it like this. This will guarantee that it'll only put one in each slot so that it can't fill both sections on accident. I forgot they had this. It makes total sense though, because if you want a flux input or you want like a metallurgic flux slot specifically. Okay, this will individualize the slots. This should just let me phantom phase directly if we set this guy on auto input too. Let's do a resonant conversion kit. We made a bunch of these at one point. Then we'll grab some auxiliaries. We should just be able to get another phantom phase. Phantom phase to this interface. This should just take in Dreadium automatically. There we go. I was like, why is that not working? There we go. So this will take in our stack of Dreadium. This guy will take in the stack of uranium oxide. No problem as this goes. Let's just get a flux point and conduit these guys up. So power, flux point. So hook it like this. Damn, the oxygen's that slow. I guess it needs 2 sets per oxide. But then every time it does 2 sets, it'll make 2 dreadite ingots, and we only need a dreadite ingot every 5 seconds or so. This is probably making 2 dreadite ingots every 5 seconds or so. So this should be totally fine. You know what I'm gonna do? Phantom phase. Link to this guy. Link him to this. There we go. That'll be holding the Dreadite. It'll also hold the Fire and Ice Dragon Steel. Oh man. This guy's got the plutonium. I think I want to say I might be ready to try to turn this guy on once. Oh, not yet. We need a storage solution for our we'll make our Dreadite ingots into a drawer. Storage bus. Cable. 1, 2. Device is missing channel. Okay, so it can't connect a channel through the interface. Wait, no. Oh, okay, it's online. I'm like, I just assumed maybe it wasn't working right because the interface. I felt like that should have worked. It does. Because any AME block can typically transfer up to 7 more channels outside of the one that it uses itself. That's usually how it works. Like, you can have an AME system without a controller as long as you're only using 8 things. Including your energy acceptor, you could have 7 others. Which is pretty nice. Okay, so this will be a drawer. This will be with Dreadite ingots. This guy will be locked with a key. I have my key right here. So he's going to be our Dreadite ingot lock. Which should be fine. We're going to have this guy come out of here automatically. Disconnect this. Disconnect this. Extract always. Insert always. And this will buffer us 2,048 Dreadite ingots. Maybe we want to buffer a little bit more than that. Let's get a, let's look up drawer. Actually, drawer. I'm going to small upgrade. We'll buffer 4,000 of them. There we go. That'll buffer 4,096 of these instead. Not Dreadite. You see, I'm happy. I'm thinking. My brain is actually operating, believe it or not. Why is this still on a Dreadite? Unlock it. Let me out. Okay. I'm like, it should be giving me this. We need this drawer specifically to be on treaded steel. Which I actually do think we have it. Yeah, we have the treaded steel. Really? You can't get dreaded steel back out of a dreaded steel block. You know how stupid that is? Well, I'm happy I actually made all my dreaded steel at one point into a dreaded steel block. Whatever. So this guy, we will give him a filter then. I wasn't originally going to. And then we'll just set the filter to dreaded steel ingots. Right list. And then this guy is actually going to get a redstone upgrade. Let's actually look back at drawer. Shows full storage. I don't actually know how this works. Shows full storage. Hold on. Shows full storage. Upgrade storage drawers. Look at the GitHub has not great information. Emits a signal for total storage. I wonder what that is. Let's look at redstone upgrade. Redstone upgrade storage drawers. So I kind of hold on. We'll get a drawer real fast. Just another one. We'll do a basic drawer here. We'll give this guy a downgrader, and we'll use this to test our redstone real quick to see what the redstone interactions are going to be on this. So we'll give him a status upgrade of full. We'll set up just literally just need any kind of thing. We'll use cobble for this one. Redstone. $54 does nothing. Okay, it's full now. And then I did see that this popped up. Does it feed out the bottom or something? No. Is it at the top? No. How does this work? Is this just a visual indicator? Is that it? Maybe this is just a visual indicator. Okay, I think so. That's fine then. Alright, so we'll just get rid of this guy. Because what I want to do is I want to depower this essentially. This will be fun. And I don't remember how far a redstone thing travels. 15, I think, for a full charge worth or whatever. Let's disconnect this redstone so that we can take off the lever for the timer and let this guy tick or whatever, and this will be fine. You shouldn't actually activate anything this way. Beautiful. Okay. So we will grab a drawer again. I shouldn't have gotten rid of that guy. Let's put in a redstone upgrade. Total storage. Figure that's what I want. Put a downgrader in there. So this guy will just hold a stack. Our other one, we won't put a downgrader in there, but we will put the total storage. Just before I forget this later, put this in here. And so the intention is that whenever we have full dreaded steel ingots, then this, at a full storage value, will block this timer from turning on. That's the objective. And I think we're going to need a redstone line to do it. Unless there's something that can actually take a redstone signal and only emits a new redstone signal if it gets a full 15 strength. Like if it emits a signal based on strength. There might actually be something in this for in logistics. Surely there's something for this. I'm just reading the names to think if any of these would do anything. These are all gate systems and such, which aren't really what I'm looking for. Look at other controls and such. Anything else? Not really. We've obviously got the ME level emitters. Actually, we could apply an ME level emitter thinking about it. Because if we level emitter from our ME system, since we'll have this on a detection standard for the ME system, like, so we'll see the exact amount of ingots in this. We should be able to turn it back on, in theory, whenever it drops below a full drawer worth, whenever it drops below 4,096 of them. And then the level emitter being the signal here. I think a level emitter might actually be better. Does it actually matter though? Would this system just... Oh yes, it does matter actually. I don't want it to keep going because otherwise it could fill up this crate. If it fills up this crate, then it could jam everything else up because this crate needs to take the outputs for the other ones. Yes, so an emitter does matter. That's why I originally wanted an emitter. Maybe an ME level emitter is the play though. Maybe if we grab an ME level emitter, we put him like right here. So dreaded steel. Emit when levels are below the limit. And it should be 4,096. 95. We'll do below the one from the top. And that should be the total amount, because this guy holds 64 stacks. I'm positive in the numbers, but I'm checking anyways. Yeah, 4,096. Okay. So once the system is below 4,096, or in this case, we'll just do 96. I want it to be convenient. So once it's below a full drawer worth, it should... No. Above or equal to the limit. Yes. I was going to do this backwards. So whenever it's above or equal to that limit, so whenever we have a full drawer worth, or we have more, so if we take some out or something, it makes some more, and then it we put it back in and it's sitting somewhere else in the system, so there's more than what's in that drawer, it'll be off. It'll be stopped. That should be good, I think. I can't see a reason why this wouldn't be good. There we go, device got online. And this will be an easier method. I just totally forgot. Like, it's going to be hooked into the immune system. We have a storage bus on it. It'll see the amount that's in there. This is our only production method. This should have no issues. Check this guy. Pop him open again. He got his redstone upgrade. I'm hoping that I throw a piece of redstone on this guy. We'll do it now. Then we're going to pop... no. Oh, we broke it just in time. We forgot to power all of these. Let's use 2 flex points. Should be fine. This guy has an adamite block on him as well for his speed, right, that he needs? Yes. Okay. Let's see it. I don't think these are working. Okay. Maybe the impulse duration is too short. Turn off delay of 10. Off delay of 10. So that they'll be pulsed for a little bit longer. Active with the signal. If I just put a button on you, will you run? No, why will he not run? These are redstone phantom bases. These should work fine. What if I throw a lever on you? Is it the blocker mode? No. Hold on. Used to receive redstone signals from a nearby redstone item. My thought is that means that if it gets a signal, it applies the signal to the item, or to like the machine that it's on, or the block that it's connected to. So it's receiving the signal here. That's my assumption, but it does not appear to be working that way. Okay. Any other way we can do this with our current setup? Thank you, Artem Kanolik, for the follow. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. So, let's say instead we tried to use... I don't know, I'm just bald. It's probably being bald. There's no particular reason behind it. Why'd you drop in here with the flame immediately? Damn. Maybe redstone energy conduits can get this done? Try that. So, sucks that the phantom faces aren't going to work, but I guess it's not that big of a deal. But no, there's no secret lightings. Rogue of angry, yeah. I don't know, my bad. Oops. Signal color of red, signal color of green, signal color of brown, signal color of blue. Oh, nice. They're actually visually coded as well. That's sweet. So these two can connect on this side, and these two can connect on this side. Let's pull these out and over real fast. Let's turn this off. This one will just pull around as well. Cut through that cable, it should be fine. So what's up, man? How did you drop my stream at a coincidental time to just be a little bit of a troll? What's going on? What's going on? What's the plan? What's the play here? What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay. So I wanted ice to be first. This is where I want to be my first one. So this will be a red output. So he's going to be an output color of red. Oop, come back. I need that. Our second one is going to be an output color of green. Our third one, which should be this one, will be an output color of brown. And then our fourth one should be an output color of blue. Oh, turn that normal insert back on. Output color of blue. Guarantee all this is filtered right. Okay, so in theory, now if I put the redstone down, these should guaranteed apply a redstone signal for the duration. Let's reduce their delay back on to a 5 tick for their duration of maintaining on state. Because I think that should be enough, hopefully. That was disgustingly slow. Wow. That is going to have to stop for a minute. So it's like, it's gonna work, kind of. Yeah, because it's getting the materials back. So these guys are really bad about their output speeds. Do we... How many total results do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wait, actually, hold on. Is that exactly as many as the limited item filter has? It might do 10. My brain was thinking 8, but it does do 10. Okay, hold on. No, we'll be fine. Let's put that away before I radiate myself too much. So we're gonna grab enough for everything for the limited item filter. Magma block. Yeah, so what we'll do is we'll set the recipes for all of these. Plutonium, magma blocks, for their exact amounts. Because we have 9 slots in here. And I figured the should be fine. Is there any overlapping stuff in the recipe? There is iron. Iron overlaps. Okay. Yeah, so there's 10 total ingredients, but one of them overlaps twice. So it'll be fine even with a 9 input slot hatch. One. And then let's grab another one. Iron. We will allow it to store enough iron for both. There's no real reason to do that, but we'll allow it anyways. So that'll be the iron. Then we're going to need dragon blood. We'll allow it 1 fire, 1 ice dragon blood. Then for the dreaded steel, we're going to need 1 dreadite ingot, dragon steel. 1 fire dragon steel ingot is allowed, and 1, where is it? Ice dragon steel ingot is allowed. So now, unfortunately, this is going to absolutely butcher the timers and like the frequency of how things work, but this should still work. I'm pretty sad that this is the way it's gonna have to go because the auto pull isn't quick enough. So we throw a conduit in here. Let's grab extract speed upgrades. So this one will get the full extract speeds. First, we'll set this guy to an insert with his filter. That should be fully managed. This guy will get 15 extract speeds upgrade. And then we'll just turn all of these other ones to just an on state. And this should be pretty fast still. Let's reconnect this redstone. And this will tick it every 5 seconds again. That's a fire dragon steel. That's a full steel again. That's a fire dragon steel. Fire dragon steel. Fire dragon blood. Fire dragon steel. Fire dragon steel. Fire dragon blood. Full dreaded steel. Okay. Alright. It isn't as cool as I originally wanted it to be. And to be totally honest, the impulse hoppers are completely useless now. Because now I could just have all of this in a crate instead, and then have the crate being pulled from. But you know what? We're making do with the system that we built. This is dreaded steel ingots on a passive collection service now. And let's look at the controller, wherever that is, right here. Let's upgrade that output hatch. So the reason why we're going to upgrade this hatch is it's trying to auto output, but it takes a second to auto output. And if it's not auto outputting, it's delaying the rest of the system. So we'll put a slightly larger hatch on it so it can produce constantly. Because if you only have one output slot, it'll stop for that the 3, 4, 5 ticks or so that it's in there. Now this guy is constantly going. Let's also keep an eye on this. This is very slightly gaining fire, just like we intended. Let's keep an eye on this chest. I want to make sure this never fills up either. It doesn't look like it's going to. It looks like it's good. Adaptive Ender IO conduits sometimes make it a little bit slow on their processing speed, but they're doing pretty good so far. Beautiful. 125 dreaded steel ingots already. Fantastic. And that officially, I think, get rid of all of this, is everything for the Dark Soul Machine Chassis passive. We have dreaded steel. We'll give it a plate. We're gonna give it a pressurizer. We'll give it like 4 pressurizers around an interface. I guess we could actually do that in here. We'll do that real quick, just because we have the extra cables in here. Let's grab some cables over. pressurizer. Yeah, we don't have it known, so pressurizer. So linear actuators, make like 100. Advanced plating. I'm just gonna make enough so that I don't have to keep manually clicking these like 4 times, and then some machine chassis. Like 100 of those too. Ooh, we can't. Iron nuggets, carbon plates, electrum. Can we make like 20? Oh, we're barely missing some electrum plates still. Can we make like 10? Okay, we have 10 electrum plates right now. What does it take to make 1? 8. Okay, gamer strat. We make 1 pressurizer right now. And then we'll give this 4 set of pressurizers that we're about to set down. I guess we'll do 5. We'll do 5 off this interface. One of the patterns it'll get for a plate will be this one. It'll be electrum plates as well. I totally left my pattern terminal in the other section. I guess I can go get it real fast. Electrum plate. Set them as a processor. And then we'll make a dreaded plate. Okay, I was just making sure this could be pressurized. I actually thought about it for a second. I'm like, maybe it can't. Pick up this guy. I don't have inventory space. Put away the crate. Put away the pattern terminal. Oh my god, my storage bus. I didn't mean to break my storage bus. I didn't even consider that. Go back. Put away this, put away this. Yeah, we're fine. Constructs are... Oh, they're also max as well. Nice. Figured they would be. They go pretty fast. Okay, so that gives us a dreaded steel plate and electrum plate. Go back in here real fast. Give this guy both of these patterns. Let's get flex point. Yes, we'll do a 4 set. We'll do it right here. Cable, conduit actually. We just put away the power conduit, unfortunately. Oops. 3, 4. This will be pressurizers in and out. We'll set this guy's output to the bottom with a push. So it'll go right back into the system. Grab upgrades. Just grab a stack of each for now. Let's order some machine chassis. I think we can get like the 3 more of these that we need. Yeah, with the other ingredients that we have. This guy will make some electrum plates real fast. One, two, three. Because this is going to be kind of an annoying one. So we'll set this guy's output on a push to the left. Actually grab the 6 stacks of upgrades we need to. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We'll do these at the same time. This guy will be an output push to the top with full upgrades. This guy should be an output push to the right. Full upgrades. I'm gonna double check this guy. Alright, I was just making sure because I just like tried to shift click the upgrades and I was still in the opening section. Alright, so whenever dreaded steel is needed on demand for plates, it'll go in here. It'll run through 4 processors or 4 pressurizers, which should be fine. It's going to share with electrum plates, just because I haven't set these up anywhere else yet, and I needed them for the moment. I didn't want to go back out to make plates. So that should be fine, and once this guy fills up to the full drawer size, this redstone signal should go on and then stop the whole system from working. I guess that's one benefit of the impulse ducts, or the impulse hoppers, is they should block anything from going into the output. whenever they don't actively have a signal for it. So this keeps it managed. So the impulse hoppers were not completely useless, although I could have definitely just done a redstone signal on the conduit itself, where it would only go if it had a signal on a channel, but that's okay. That's fine. Our setup, it works, it's popping. And the controller very, very rarely stops. Yeah, very, very, very rarely, obviously. Why is it stopping for so long sometimes? Jesus. Does it matter? How much have we already made? We've already made 400. I'm not even going to worry about it. Is it peak efficiency? No, unfortunately not. Is it good enough? I think so. I think it's probably at that point. We could just craft 100 chassis. Let's do it. Let's send them forward. Let's watch the craft happen. So it's pressurizing to make the plates. Absolutely beautiful. This is what we did it all for. This is what we did. We did all of this to set Dark Soul Machine chassis on passive. And once our full system's filled up, we'll be able to order 2,048 of these at a time before it'll have to rebuffer. Which should be totally 100% manageable, just based on the fact that we don't really need that many of these. Like, actually. Because we need, the plasmatic condenser is going to need 13 of them. A controller will need 8 of them. We'll need 17 of them per assembler. Like, so you only need really a few hundred of these capable at once, and then you'll on-demand them as well for defined machine casings. But even the defined machine casings, you don't need that many of. You need 4 for the definer, what is that, 3.0? And you need 4 for the definer 2.0. And you probably use these again for like the well-defined machine case, which is for a relative collapser. The core of halite definition, I don't even know what that is. Like, you really don't need that many of these. So I've way overkilled the buffer system for this, but I'm pretty happy with that. I think it's a better method. This will guarantee that as many as I want of them, I'll have. Am I remaking my soulless machine chassis to rebuffer this? Yeah, we are. Beautiful. It's actually already almost rebuffered. It's back up to 2045. I guess because this buffers the extra stack as well in here. So then it's already almost refilled everything. My only issue on making 1,000 of them is I only have 200 more dreaded steel right now, so I can make another 50 if I wanted to. But everything else could do it. Oh, that's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, so now we get started on the other fun stuff. So let's think about it. What else do we need? So I guess let's take these off. Let's take this guy off. We can take him off of our little buffer list now. So controller and condenser. What all do they both need? This guy, the condenser, needs a lot of plutonium-242 blocks. Which, oh, actually just spawn on Sedna. That could be kind of funny. Curium-246 can be decayed generated. Or 242. Just a bunch of plutonium-242, 9 of it. What is 242 from? We probably get the tiny clumps, actually, I think, from an... Oh! Okay, plutonium ingots can do it. I was gonna say plutonium could do it, but I think plutonium is gonna be kind of annoying if I try to use plutonium for this. Because we have a lot of it. We could just increase the industrial grinder speed. Like, how much uranium do we have in excess at this point still? We have 1.2 million uranium still. So we could increase the grinder speed for more plutonium dust. But then we'd have to set up another reactor for it. It's not really that hard, but we could increase this guy. So plutonium can be made from just 8 cyanite. Assume that's probably our only method of production, right? Just to confirm, I can't get this from anything else that's like cheeky or a little bit easier to passive. Oh, the B. I guess there's always the B. That would produce it infinitely as well. Because you get plutonium combs. Which you get from the plutonium princess. Oh, 1% of the time. Fuck that. Because you get one singular plutonium grain. So every 400 B cycles, you get one plutonium ingot. Yeah, I think that's fucking bullshit. Never mind. We're good. We can rely on cyanite ingots instead. So, I wonder what the max burn speed on a reactor is. I'm not sure. What else would we need on this? The electromagnets. What do we need for the electromagnets again? We need coal. We need to guarantee that we have DU plating. Oh, we actually do need complex arcane mechanisms. I forgot about this. We can use that crafter that we have making them inside of the Thaumcraft auto-crafting room, and we'll send that to a drawer as well to also buffer to like a couple thousand. Should be fine. I do actually think though that I'm gonna have to cut this stream a little short, just a 3.5 hour stream. I do once again have time obligations very soon, so I'm gonna have to cut that there. Man, I really want to finish more stuff, but I can't right now. I don't think I have enough time to like get an actual project done. So I guess we'll be back next week. I don't normally stream on the weekend. Maybe I will. I wouldn't expect it though, but I might stream tomorrow if I have time. I'm not sure on what the plan for that is yet for what's going on and stuff, just IRL. So I will consider it though. There might be a weekend stream, a rare weekend W. Probably not though. I imagine I'll be back on Monday. Streaming Monday through Friday like typical. I should hopefully get an episode done at least this weekend as well for the YouTube, although those are still quite a bit behind on the time. Yeah, by just a little bit. I think I'm like 20 or so hours in maybe on the episodes at this point. So just a small stream today though, but we got Soul Machine Chassis. Next week, we should be able to get the plasmatic controllers and condensers in mass. We'll figure out a new power solution as well, because these guys are going to be a little bit power hungry for sure. The controller taking a million RF a tick. And I want to have enough condensers down that we're able, or I want to have enough controllers down that we're able to full speed a condenser, making selenite for no other reason than I could. So I think that's the plan. I think we're gonna have one of these guys going at just maximum velocity permanently. Although that is gonna mean we're gonna need to increase our power generation too, because this guy is gonna take 1.5 million EMC a second if we're keeping him running at full speed with the plasma. Full speed with the plasma actually is going to be kind of a pain, huh? Nightmare blocks. So these are blocked by muon crystals. I think is our biggest blocker, which is high impulse accelerator, which is going to take neutronium and stuff. Although this does make this way better later. Yeah. Okay. So that's hella expensive. So yeah, we'll probably make enough controllers outright to just produce. Maybe not full speed then. Maybe we'll make enough that it'll every 20 seconds it'll do a full craft worth. Because this will make 32 buckets in 20 seconds. And then I think selenite requires the 160. So what is that, like 5? Yeah, exactly 5 controllers for it would make it operate every 20 seconds. If we did 20 controllers, we could get it to go every 5 seconds. Every 5 seconds it would make 5 selenite. That also cuts down the EMC usage a little bit. Maybe that's the play. Maybe we'll make like 20 controllers or something ridiculous. I don't know. We'll figure all that out next week, though. I really appreciate people for dropping by. I'll be back. I stream Monday through Friday, 5 days a week. Hopefully next week we make a lot of big progress, and we maybe we'll start finally getting past the infrastructure setup, and we'll start moving through the quest book again for progression. Thank you guys so much, though. Have an absolutely fantastic afternoon. Peace.